The 1979 United States coin featuring the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," a Pluribus Unum, and United States of America is a notable piece of American numismatic history, most commonly associated with coins, such as the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar, as well as other circulating denominations, like the 1979 Washington quarter, 1979 Roosevelt Dime, and 1979 Lincoln cent. Among these, the Susan B. Anthony dollar stands out as particularly significant because 1979 marked its first year of issue. This coin was introduced by the United States Mint to honor Susan B. Anthony, a prominent leader in the women's suffrage movement, making it the first U.S. circulating coin to depict a real woman rather than a symbolic figure. The inscriptions on the coin carry deep symbolic meaning rooted in American heritage. Liberty reflects the nation's foundational principle of freedom and independence, while "In God We Trust," adopted as the official U.S. motto in 1956, represents a long-standing cultural expression of faith. Pluribus Unum, meaning "out of many one," emphasizes unity among the states, and United States of America identifies the issuing country. On the Susan B. Anthony dollar, the obverse features a portrait of Susan B. Anthony designed by Frank Gasparro, while the reverse showcases an eagle landing on the moon, adapted from the Apollo 11 mission insignia, symbolizing American achievement in space exploration. In terms of composition, 1979 U.S. coins were primarily struck in copper-nickel clad, consisting of a pure copper core sandwiched between outer layers of copper and nickel. This composition had replaced silver in most circulating coins after 1965 due to rising costs. The Susan B. Anthony dollar, despite its historical importance, faced challenges in public acceptance because its size and color were very similar to the quarter, leading to confusion in everyday use. As a result, it was not widely circulated and was often stored or collected instead. However, certain varieties, such as the 1979 P wide rim or near-date version, are especially sought after by collectors due to their relative rarity. Other 1979 coins, like the Washington quarter featuring George Washington and the Roosevelt Dime honoring Franklin D. Roosevelt, continued long-standing design traditions and were produced in large quantities for daily commerce. Their reverse designs typically include the heraldic eagle, a powerful national symbol representing strength, unity, and vigilance. While most 1979 coins remain common and hold modest value in circulated condition, uncirculated examples, proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, and pieces with minting errors can carry significantly higher worth in the numismatic market. Overall, a 1979 U.S. coin with these inscriptions is more than just a piece of currency. It is a reflection of American values, history, and evolving coinage design. Whether it is the historically important Susan B. Anthony dollar or another, the 1989 United States coin bearing the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," a Pluribus Unum, and "United States of America" is a classic example of late 20th century American coinage, most commonly associated with widely circulated coins, such as the 1989 Washington quarter, the 1989 Lincoln cent, the 1989 Roosevelt dime, and the 1989 Kennedy half dollar. These inscriptions are standard on U.S. coins and carry deep national and historical significance. Liberty represents the core American value of freedom, while "In God We Trust," officially adopted as the national motto in 1956, reflects a long-standing cultural expression of faith. Pluribus Unum, meaning "out of many one," symbolizes unity among the states, and United States of America clearly identifies the issuing nation. All these coins were produced by the United States Mint, which operates major minting facilities in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. In 1989, most U.S. coins in circulation were struck using copper-nickel-clad compositions, consisting of a pure copper core layered with copper-nickel on the outside. The exception was the Lincoln cent, which since 1982 had been made primarily of zinc with a thin copper plating. The obverse designs typically feature prominent historical figures. George Washington appears on the quarter, Abraham Lincoln on the cent, Franklin D. Roosevelt on the dime, and John F. Kennedy on the half dollar. Each portrait honors a key figure in American history, reflecting leadership, resilience, and national identity. The reverse sides typically include powerful symbols, such as the Lincoln Memorial on the cent, used until 2008, and the heraldic eagle on higher denominations, representing strength, unity, and independence. Coins from 1989 are generally very common and were minted in large quantities for everyday commerce, making them easy to find in circulated condition even today. However, their value to collectors can increase based on factors such as mint mark. For example, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco, condition, luster, and rarity. Proof coins struck at the San Francisco Mint are especially valued for their sharp details and mirror-like surfaces, as they were specially produced for collectors rather than circulation. Additionally, any mint errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or unusual planchet issues, can significantly raise a coin's numismatic value. Overall, a 1989 U.S. coin with these inscriptions is more than just everyday currency. It is a small but meaningful piece of American history and craftsmanship. It reflects the continuity of design traditions, the importance of national mottos, and the legacy of influential leaders. Whether kept as part of a collection or simply encountered in change, such a coin connects the holder to the cultural and historical fabric of the United States. The 1996 United States coin featuring the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," "A Pluribus Unum," and "United States of America," is a strong representation of modern American coinage, most commonly associated with coins, like the 1996 Washington quarter, the 1996 Roosevelt Dime, or the 1996 Kennedy half-dollar. These inscriptions are standard elements on U.S. coins and carry deep historical and symbolic meaning. Liberty reflects the nation's founding principle of freedom, while "In God We Trust," officially adopted as the national motto in 1956, expresses the country's cultural heritage and values. A pluribus unum, a Latin phrase meaning "out of many," one represents unity among the states, and United States of America identifies the issuing nation. All these coins were struck by the United States Mint, which operates major facilities in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. In 1996, U.S. coins were typically made from copper-nickel-clad compositions, consisting of a pure copper core sandwiched between outer layers of copper and nickel. This composition replaced silver in circulating coins after 1965 due to economic considerations. The obverse front of the Washington quarter features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, originally designed by John Flanagan, while the reverse displays a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing both readiness for defense and desire for peace. Similarly, the Roosevelt Dime shows President Franklin D. Roosevelt honoring his leadership and role in founding the March of Dimes, while the Kennedy half-dollar features John F. Kennedy, commemorating his legacy after his assassination in 1963. Coins from 1996 are generally common in circulated condition, but their value can increase depending on mint marks, such as P, D, or S in condition, and whether they are part of special proof or uncirculated sets. Proof coins from San Francisco, for example, are specially struck with polished dies, resulting in a mirror-like finish and sharp details, making them highly desirable among collectors. While most 1996 coins hold modest face value, high-grade specimens or coins with errors can be worth significantly more in the numismatic market. Overall, a 1996 U.S. coin bearing these inscriptions is not only a functional piece of currency, but also a continuation of long-standing American traditions in coin design and symbolism. It reflects the country's history, leadership, and artistic craftsmanship, making it an interesting and meaningful item for both casual holders and dedicated coin collectors.